Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher, and of spiritual and mystical things, and so much more. So, part of these so much more that I do is I do these astrological reads, and today I am doing, or this video is for the sign of Leo. For May 2020, yes, May 2020, it's like this year's gone so fast already, even with everything else going on around it. I can't believe that we've been in a month of lockdown here in New Zealand. So, and that's pretty cool because today we come, we've gone, come out of that. So today, so we're in lockdown, in level 3 officially. So, and hopefully that will be, for the next 2 weeks and be all honky-dory to move to the next level. So, anyway, we'll all play our part and it will happen. So, let me see. So, anyway, okay, Cancer. So, welcome, thank you and welcome to my channel. I hope you are safe and well while we're going through this phase in our lives. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I would really appreciate that. And if this really resonates with you as well, we'll give it a thumbs up or leave a comment. And if it's that would be awesome. But also, if you're watching this on my Facebook page, please feel free to like and or follow my Facebook page and to catch up with more reads, because these are monthly reads that I'll go working through at the moment, and I'm just having a little bit of a shuffle because I'm going to go through and use the tarot deck of cards. Okay, so if this resonates, these are general reads, just a reminder for those of you who are new to this this type of thing. These are general reads, so they may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If they don't, then just take what does. If some of it does and some of it doesn't, and leave the rest. If none of it does, then check out, I would check out one of your other signs that you may be connected to. So, and these, because, and I'm just going to explain that these reads are for the sign of Cancer, whether it falls under the Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign. So, check out one of those. If you don't know that, then there is a link to a calculator that I have provided in the box below. If you're watching YouTube, actually I've done it differently this time, so there's in the box below basically, and you can work out what other signs resonate with you. Okay, so anyway, I am taking readings at the moment, so obviously they're going to be done through video format, through Zoom and or Facebook Messenger, or FaceTime if you have an iPhone. Okay, so I am, by the way, my room is smoky because I have lit some sage for the previous reading, and there's some Solo Panto that's in here, which are crumbs. I call it Jesus wood, and the crumbs that come like almost like sawdust or crumbs, and then you can put them on a charcoal, and that just burns it, smokes it. Basically. Oh, okay, so we're going to get on with your reading. So when I was in, because I do a little bit of a meditation, of course, and I tune in into and asking, and tuning in with the sign of whatever sign I'm working with. Of course, I'm working with you, Leo. And what I saw was like this cloud, but it was a cloud of like dust. And interesting that I put, because I've changed that from sage to this palo center, and it's come in dust. So there may be something that you may be either having to brush some dust off you, or you've stirred up some dust around you lately. So it's like, because I'm thinking, oh, there's a little bit of dust there. Something's had a little bit of a dust up, or a fisticuffs in a way, not necessarily physically, but it could be that you may be like beating yourself up about something or someone, or or something, not so much just happening like right now, but some things I feel like for some of you might be happening right now that have brought some things up in the past, and you may be needing to, and this is giving you time to or bringing up some things that you are really looking at, reviewing, reflecting on, and that sort of thing, which is cool because it's all movement, and it's if we're not dealing with it, it's we don't want to hang on to stuff. you know, get it and look at, sort it out, accept it, face it, or whatever, take responsibility for it. That sort of thing is energy. But it's also, for some of you, it's, you know, and I'm just hearing, because I've just got this feeling of like dust on my shoulder, like water off a duck's back. It's just like, for some of you, it will be literally that, that somebody is taking something out on you. So it's like, there's something about, for some of you, you know, about releasing and relieving yourself of that space, or the space in the way you're thinking. Some of you, it may be, you know, physically, literally, and that sort of thing. However, it's interesting because when I'm going to move into the cards, because I'm using the tarot cards that I actually really love these. I never thought I really liked the tarot cards, but you know, I've had these for years. So there may be something coming up with you that you maybe never really thought that you'd love or like or get into or do or something like that. But it's like you've, in this time, or building up to this time, and even more so in this time that we've had, you know, being, for most of us anyway, being in this lockdown period, we've been able to discover or rediscover something about yourself, Leo. A love or past love was something that you've always wanted to do and maybe not really got into it, you know, like an art project, or learning a new instrument or an instrument or something like that. As well as some things, you know, for yourself, like moving through some emotional and or traumatic stuff as well. And it's really interesting. So, which can hold us back from, you know, like doing projects that are like around the home or for work or business. And, you know, and this is all, you know, like, you know, as we move forward, there's been a lot of clearing, you know, as you know. Cool. Okay, so the Devil card has come out. So there's something about you, about maybe needing to release, for some of you, releasing yourself of things that it's almost like you, from the, oh gosh, releasing you from the chains that you've put there that have bound you to something or someone, something or in some way of thinking or being or believing as well. And some of you may be thinking that, you know, I can't get out of this, or I can't shift this, and sometimes it takes a little while to shift the thought patterns, the belief patterns and things like that, about moving forward and doing something, whether it be within a relationship, you know, business or work, you know, career, whatever it is. It's like, I feel like, you know, Spirit are just like encouraging, or the sign of Leo is bringing up that side of you, because, you know, the fire within you, and the fire, bringing up that fire within you. And some of you, I feel like you've imprisoned yourself. This is like self-imprisonment, really. And self-imprisonment is what I'm saying that with the Devil card, okay? And I feel like some of you have been, you may be going into yours, you know, might have been going into your shadow stuff, but starting to come out of it, because the Hermit has come out, follows the Devil card. So some of you, you know, have been like, and I'm just saying, because this is like, some of you are going through it right now, or may have gone through it, but a lot of you may be coming up into it, you know, throughout May. So, and really looking a little bit more deeper, and, you know, like, because the Hermit card, because the overall theme is here is this first card, the Devil card. So, suggesting that, you know, about releasing, you know, that self-imprisonment, and stop, you know, imprisoning yourself, imprisoning, if that's even a word, yourself, and letting yourself free from those chains. So the Hermit card has come in. So you know, for me, the Hermit is, you know, the theme around is patience, and maturity and prudence. So the key word for me is patience. So the Hermit will go, you know, typically, if you know, Hermit will go inside and, you know, and ponder things. So there's you know, there's some sort of a spiritual, not just a spiritual, you know, awakening is there, but they will go in. And so there's a sense of like that need of going, you know, and looking within, basically, not going in and staying in there in a negative way, okay, is in it's because I just say don't stay in there. It's not about staying in there, but it's looking within and to help you, figure out what it is that is really going on, and not let this other stuff get in your way and telling you differently. Because that's like I say, there's that thing about, for some of you, it's about, flicking the dust off the shoulder and that water on the duck's back. It's because I don't feel like, all of it is yours as per se, but it's yours in the sense of, like taking responsibility of yours, and it's your stuff in the sense that we've got to figure out it, or you've got to figure out what it is that, why it is that you've let it get to you, basically, and that's when we figure out what is our stuff. Okay, holy smokes! So there's a whole lot for some of you that you're going to be releasing in that with that. Some of you, I feel like you've got to a point where, like literally, like right now, that you've figured out some stuff, and so you're breaking out of it, breaking away from that. But it's going to take some internalization for you to fully break free from it. Yay! Absolutely, yay! Cool. Nothing like self-discovery and learning about ourselves, and it's a little bit crap going through it, but the end result, when we get through it, we figure it out and we understand what it's about, and it's because it's about, power and energy imprisoned with the devil card is the thing for that. So it's like you're maybe using your energy up over something that really is nothing, and that maybe that you're using your energy, or and that's got really nothing to do with you, and therefore it's like looking back, taking a step back and only discerning what is yours and what is not yours. Okay. And maybe some of you, there's got caught up in some, like I say, stuff that's not yours, and you've taken it on board, and now it's about figuring out why you've taken it on board, and the patterns, the limitations, the limiting beliefs patterns, and that sort of thing. Phew. But an amazing journey ahead of you, and I just feel it. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards again because, oh shit, there's a whole lot that fell out. So, okay, holy smokes. Oh, where's my glasses? Sorry. And my halo. Okay, my glasses. Put my glasses on, Leo, so I can see a little bit clearer as shit. So, there is a lot here. So I'm going to go with them because I feel like it's like this is like a story unfolding as it is, usually is, as it always is actually. But usually when I'm with these come out because all at once it unfolds into that. So anyway, and I guess where they're wanting you to, because I've got the star card. The star card has fallen out for you, and hope and inspiration. And that's like, you've got three major arcanas, like 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. So there's a lot of like really, this is going really, I want to say deep, but with high energy. Okay, so they're really like bringing in a lot of energy around you that's working with you to actually pull out or push out whatever's, draw out stuff from you so you can move forward with life in a different way, basically. Okay, so, and stop holding yourself back and whatever it is for you, because each of you are going to be different. So and that's, so anyway, hope and inspiration, the star card. So that is the first card. So I think this is pretty explanatory, okay, for you, and you will get it. Okay, so hope and inspiration. And I'm going to fan them out how I've got them on here, because this is like a deck of cards in a way, how they've got me to how I'm looking at them. It's like, whoa. So it's like I feel like you're starting to turn around in May and playing your own game rather than playing the game of society or the game of, you know, your relationship, or the game of the community, or the game of the family. It's like you find yourself, your sense of self, and what it is actually that you want to do, not what it is somebody else or everybody else thinks you should frickin' do. You know what I mean? So anyway, cool. So cool, because we have the star, and there's those that you've kept with it. You keep up with that hope and inspiration of where you're wanting to do, what it is where you're wanting to go in life. So there's the star there, there's a butterfly, there's water. So there's something about in balancing out and evening out with your with energies, because there's a lot of earthing. There's emotions. The water is about emotions, and then you've got earth there, and you've got the sun. So there's, and the butterfly, which, for me, butterfly symbolizes freedom. The sun for me at the moment, so there may be some of you that may have a father symbol that's in your, even though there's the stars, there's stars in there, but I'm just hearing like it's a sun, seeing sun, the sun, even though there's the star, but there's two, mother and father, okay? You might, if you get that, wonderful. So anyway, the next card is the Ten of Swords, which is, so there is something that's coming to an end, or a situation that you've been thinking about, mulling over, working through, some life challenges, and, and because you've been communicating, okay? And so there's some decisions that I feel like you've been, because of the communication that you've been working with, and doing, you've come to some conclusions, basically, and you're making some decisions. So it's like that star is like the anchor for you going forward, basically. Wow, they're just letting you know, yep, you're moving through shit, yay. Because then we have like the 10 of Cups as well. So you're definitely moving, or have come to the end, or coming to an end of the cycle in May. With just not only how you've been thinking, and through those thoughts, what have been coming up through these life challenges and emotions, that you've been working through, but you've also, because the Ten of Cups has come up as well. So it's like, even though there's this person here, this guy here is lying down and he's got all these swords in his back. It's like that is the end of it, because it's behind, it's in the past. It's like really interesting, or the phase. So that's like you're in the end of it. That's it, done. Because the grass is green that you're lying on. That's kind of what I'm more drawn to as well. But then you have the Ten of Cups, you see, and all those cups are full. That are surrounding the family, they're the children or the family, basically. There's a castle in the background, which for me depicts, that's a good thing. So, and something has come to the end, and it's like contentment and happy home life is the theme around the Ten of Cups, which is cool. And then we have the energy and action, the Knight of Wands. Oh my gosh, because the Knights really are full of action. And the Wands is an action card anyway, with lots of energy, fire energy. I just find it like fire. So that is, I feel like that's you, Leo, because you are that fire energy, which is way cool. So it's getting into, so it's like May when you'll find yourself with a lot more energy, and that you're going to be able to take, feel like you can take some action, okay, with things in life in general, whether, like I say, whether it be relationships, work, or business, career opportunities and things like that, and just making some general decisions, like, because I feel like some of you might be buying a home, and you might be, obviously you've probably put it off, but it may be like more in the way of thinking, okay, we can take action with it now, in May, because things become a bit clearer. It may not be a house, but it might be something else around that. And okay, that's awesome. So, and then we have the Two of Swords. So I feel like the Two of Swords, it's like there maybe of two minds about something as well. Even though you've got this Knight of Wands there and you're taking action on things, there may be some tension and anxiety, which is the theme around the Two of Swords, and and the swords, and so don't go in your head, and overthink things, because I do feel like, because literally some things are up in the air, so there may be that for some of you, there may be nothing you can do about it right then at that moment, but don't let that stop you from taking action, and something else is kind of where I'm feeling that they're going with that. Okay, so it's keeping that in mind, but there is, yeah. So there'll be I feel like you'll be maybe in two minds of of which direction you're going to go, or shall I stay, or shall I go? It's making a decision basically, and that's what's creating this tension and anxiety. But I'm just hearing, don't let that fully stop you with especially energetic wise, and that positive feeling, because there's hope and inspiration, and keep that in mind. So we also have, and following that, we have the Emperor, authority, ambition, and material stability. So it's so, because I'm just feeling like for some of you there may be there's like, even though there's that of two minds of doing something, I feel like there's for some of you there is like two ways of going, and it may be that you may be able to do both for some of you. For other of you, it's like there is something that you may be needing to make a decision, either or sort of thing. But I just feel like you'll get there, you'll get it. So it's like, it goes back to this hope and inspiration. So, because I keep drawing me back to that, that's the key, the anchor there. But you'll figure it out. But I just feel like, don't let it like this, because this Knight of Wands has gone there as energy and action. It's zhuzhed you up to get moving with something. So yeah, it's like, don't let that stop you. It like lose that momentum, or procrastinate or whatever. It just means that you need to do a little bit more digging in, or find out a little bit more information, and before you can make your mind, is what I'm getting from that. So because we have you have the Emperor here. So there's something something about the Emperor that is authoritative, and it's like, I feel like you'll make your decision through with this Emperor energy, because it's like, I feel like he's saying to remember what you are wanting, not what somebody else is wanting, and that, and because he's got that ambition, he's got that strive to get to where he needs to and wants to get to achieve and get in his life to create stability. So it's like, I keep going back to this Knight of Swords and the heart, and remember, a star. But all of these cards, like, you've come to the end of that. Don't let the past get in the way of the future, basically. And and then Page of Pentacles has come up. So there's something there with the page in here, in small beginnings. The field has been sowed, the seeds have been, the field has been ploughed, the seeds have been sowed, and there's something on the move. So it may be, small in the beginning, because it's, the page is about, getting something created. And with the Knight of Wands, that's the Pentacles, but it's obviously something to do with, with the financial side, because that's what the Pentacles is about. And you have the Emperor there, so it's just letting you know, to take one step at a time, basically. Cool, because you'll get there. Awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you there now. So I'm sure you're going to have an amazing month, Leo, of May 2020. So yeah, like I say in the beginning, if this resonates with you, please leave me a thumbs up or a comment. Doesn't have to be a long story. If you leave a comment, or if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification bell as well, because that will let you know when I next post. Okay, or upload a video. Okay, so anyway, stay safe, keep well, all the amazing best, now and forever, of course, and bye for now. So love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, adventure. Oops.